We now move over to the United States, where the US has signed a deal with Ukraine on the joint application of its energy and mineral resources after months of tense negotiations. The two countries have agreed to establish a reconstruction investment fund to spur Ukraine's economic recovery from its war with Russia. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said it showed both sides were committed to lasting peace and prosperity in Ukraine. For Kyiv, the deal is seen as essential to accessing US military aid. Let's take a listen in to what Scott Bessent had to say.
President Trump's tireless efforts to secure a lasting peace, I am glad to announce the signing of today's historic economic partnership agreement between the United States and Ukraine, establishing the United States-Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund. This partnership allows the United States to invest alongside Ukraine to unlock Ukraine's growth assets, mobilize American talent, capital, and governance standards that will improve Ukraine's investment climate and accelerate Ukraine's economic recovery.
According to the statement from the United States Treasury on Wednesday afternoon, the newly created US-Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund recognizes the significant financial and material support the US has given Ukraine since Russia invaded in February of 2022. Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister Yulia Shevchenko, who flew to Washington to ink the deal on Wednesday, said in a post on X that the new fund would attract global investment into our country. Listing the deal's provisions, he said it would involve projects in minerals, oil and gas, although the resources would remain the property of Ukraine. The minister also reiterated the partnership will be equal on a 50-50 basis. She added further that the deal will be the first ratified by Ukrainian lawmakers. In a related development, Russian drones attacked Ukraine's Black Sea port city of Odessa in intense strikes today, killing 2 people and injuring 5 more, in addition to sparking fires and damaging infrastructure. Oleg Kipa, the governor of Odessa, wrote on a Telegram messaging app that the enemy attack damaged residential high-rises, private houses, a supermarket, a school and cars. Ukraine's state-owned railway department also said that the overnight attack also damaged its tracks, the contact network and 3 other freight cars. This happened amid the peace talks when the Kremlin said Putin is open to peace in Ukraine and intense work is ongoing with the United States. However, the conflict is so complex that the rapid progress seems difficult. The Ukrainian officials have expressed confusion with the constant strikes amid peace conversations. Zelensky also reiterated that he is not happy with the 3-day ceasefire and expects at least a 30-day deal. Let's listen in to what the Russian foreign minister had to say about the ceasefire conversations.
Предложение, которое президент Путин озвучил, это начало прямых переговоров без предварительных условий. Перемирие в данной ситуации рассматривается как предварительные условия, которое будет использовано для дальнейшей поддержки киевского режима, укрепления его военных способностей. Помните, когда перемирие, которое предложил президент Трамп в виде моратория на удары по объектам энергетической инфраструктуры, и которое полностью было соблюдено в течение 30 дней российской стороной, оно никак не повлияло на агрессивные действия киевского режима. Нарушений было, по-моему, пара сотен.
The Kremlin has claimed that Russian forces had fully recaptured the territory of the Kursk Oblast. However, this declaration of victory, President Vladimir Putin acknowledged the day before that Ukrainian soldiers still remain in the region. Speaking at an event in Moscow, Putin further stated that remaining Ukrainian forces are requesting evacuation from their commanders. They've been pushed out of Kursk Oblast, but remnants are still hiding in cracks and basements and asking to be evacuated, the Russian president said. Meanwhile, Ukraine's top military commander, Alexander Syrsky, said that Russian forces have greatly increased their attacks in eastern Ukraine despite the ongoing truce discussions.